I'm 33 years old.
I'm going to talk about Muslims. Muslims in Western countries. I don't know how many number of Muslims live in this country, but rough figure could be over 5 million. And it is, I think, if I'm not wrong, third or fourth generation of Muslims are here. I am going to speak what I have seen, experienced and everything, and what I think what went wrong and what is right. First of all, let's talk about from the non-Muslim point of view. When they think about Muslims, what the first thing come into their mind? And the media didn't play a very good role into that anyway, but overall Muslims come into the mind that we are related to terrorism, confused, backward minded, do not integrate, and they have their own separate kind of societies, and where we just want to build our own kind of system. So now talk about what we have done, what I think, what I have seen and experienced. First of all, when we see that, what I have seen from my experience from different cities and countries, I have traveled many countries, and what I have seen that first of all, we are very confused. Most of us did not read about the fundamentals of Islam, what we always believe and see, what we listen when we go to mosque and we will listen something, and that's we tend to believe, and that's it. We do not do research. On the other hand, education was the utmost point in Islam. The education is very important. Our Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, has said that if you have to go to China for study, you should go. So education was the number one point. But either we are good in education, and the result speak for itself that we are almost at the bottom of that list, especially in UK. And what is the reason behind it? First of all, what I have seen, the we Muslim ourselves, most of us, I'm not talking about everyone, most of us, when we come here, we mostly leave our countries based on what? It's not that we are living there and happy life when we come here and just as a tourist. No, we come to this country because economic reasons, because we were not happy there, we were not getting the right opportunities, we were not getting the justice, education, health, everything, and it was our own personal choice to come here. Queen didn't came to our door and knock that please come to my country or come to our country because I'm bored, or I can't run the country without you. It was our own decision. On the other hand, what I have experienced that we do not want to integrate. By the time we land into this country, after a few years, we start pinpointing many things. First of all, we say, oh, look at the Western, how they live, they have no family system, the way they dress up, and the way their family values are, and the way they live, and everything, the way they eat and everything. We start every single thing. What our Western people and people here in England or other countries, they do that, we start pinpointing them. But we forgot that fundamental point. This was our own choice to come here. Rather than criticizing them, we need to look at ourselves, what we have done. On the other hand, our main focus point is this, like, okay, to get our kids married to back home, bring our relatives here, and this is kind of a big goal we have. And that's what the problem is, and that's why a lot of you see that forced marriages happen. And then later on, divorce ratio is very high in our community as well. First, we are rushed into getting married, then on the other hand, we are rushed into getting divorced as well. So we are very confused into that. But what the fundamental point here that we have to understand, or maybe we understood but we don't want to accept it, that this is a Christian country. We have to ask ourselves that if a people from here they start migrating to our own countries or Muslim countries, and they want to implement the way they live, and they want to implement their own system, would we like it? So at the same time, if we think that things here are not good, or there's a clash between them and ourselves, then there's very simple solution to that: leave this country. We should go somewhere where we feel comfortable and we think that this is the place we should live. Let's take the example of Saudi Arabia. You live there for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. They will never give you nationality, and you accept it. And many other Muslim countries. Again, I have no disrespect to them. This is their law. We have to respect it. They have their own reasons. If this country has given you the opportunity to prosperous, to live the way we want, we have mosques as well. We can freely practice our religion. Then I think we are missing the main point. Like recently, and there was a school in Birmingham where there was people were protesting outside, mostly Muslims, and about this homophobic and gay education or something, and we were against it. I don't understand the reason. We have to understand there is a law of the land. We have to accept it. Either we like it or don't like it. We have to respect the law of the land. That's it. There's a full stop. All we're doing now, we are creating a lot of confusion. We are making people turning against us. So all of this process where people see us, Western people mostly, they see us as a threat rather than a friend. This is the part 1. In part 2, I'm going to talk about women, scarf, and way of living, and marriages, and paper marriages, and many other stuff in part 2 will come. And this was just an introduction, and that to give you the flavor of it, what I want to talk about. And I will also talk about the media. Thank you very much for watching.